Yo, what's good? It's none iller. You are now tuned in to another episode of Moment of Knowledge on the Mogul Mined podcast.
What's up, y'all? Man, do y'all ever think that sometimes you're doing too much to earn your spot, but then your spot isn't earned yet? Well, this is for you. I think the mindset of wanting to be recognized in a world where they tell you you need recognition gets confusing. You strive to be the overachiever. You step into the building wanting to be known as the overachiever versus just doing the action and overachieving. But then again, when you overachieve, whether you get the applause or not, you still get the work for overachieving. You get the workload. You get the stress. You do things fast, that means you have to do more within your certain hours. You do things regular speed. Once you've built the expectation of how fast you go, then you're slacking off. This is a dilemma a lot of America faces, a lot of the world faces, but I'm in America, so it's an isolated country per se, but we're not the only ones that face this. I think the problem is looking at your goals and reflecting on what you want to do in life. That's the first issue. If you want to work for somebody else and you want to work in a system to where there are limits to your productivity, for sure you shouldn't be doing that much, for sure. And I mean, do it because your personality tells you to do it, but you won't reap the benefits the same way. Because a lot of those regulated systems prevent you from shooting up the charts. Or it just puts you in a certain box to where it's hard to step out of no matter how much more work you put in. Because you're kept at the same level as someone who puts in minimal. The only thing I don't like about that is that it trains you to not really be appreciated. Yeah, sometimes people be like, the people who are rivals with you or in the same category as you, they'll be they're a hard worker. They're really hard at what they do. They're definitely the best here. But between your superiors and between everyone around you, it doesn't add a significant bump in anything you have going on. The only thing that's going to happen is you'll get more work, more responsibilities, and have to have those around you be up to your standard. And then the moment you have a bad day, it kind of comes against you. But the foundation of that, what you do to exist in that, and how it builds you as a person, that's amazing. If you want to do your own business, if you want to work independently, if you want to be like someone who's freelancing or someone who's actually doing work outside of that behavior is amazing because it keeps you always in the mind of people who need good people, of people who have to call someone to get things done. That's when you get called. It works great when you think of the mind of how you do stuff for clients. If you go above and beyond, you start to build a crazy clientele. So I say this to say, for your journey of the above and the beyond and pushing to where you want to go in life, that is an amazing trait for you to do, learn, mold, and start to become. But the difficulty lies in when you fail at pushing so much that you don't really realize what you're bringing to the table and how you should be like manipulating and altering and using it in your favor. If you know you have this ability, don't let it be taken advantage of. If you know what you're able to do, hold the people around you to those same standards. And then always continuously over deliver so much to where people are just confused at where your greatness comes from, because it's what's needed. But don't allow it to hinder you in the sense of you're always bogged down and required to do more without a bump or an acknowledgement or any kind of increase. But what you can do is figure out how to do that when you clock out. I'm not a fool. We all have some kind of way of getting income. Some of us still have regular jobs. Some of them are owners. Some of us are salaried employees. Some of us are a bunch of different things that fall in multiple categories. But what you can't do is become so ingrained in being stagnant in your placement of your position and in your current situation that even when you go above and beyond, it's like, okay, on to the next. Okay, that's expected of you. Okay, we know they're a hard worker. And everyone else who kind of flies under the radar gets the same treatment as you do. If that's the case, you have to step away. You have to figure out how to elevate. The key to those skills that you're building is to elevate. So I encourage you to continue to be that person, but raise your goals to match and utilize that skill. And then from there, hey, it's all growing. It's all growth. I appreciate you for tuning in. I know why you're here. You know why you're here. At none_illa. www.noneilla.com. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Moment of Knowledge. Or rather, Wednesday's Moment of Knowledge, because it's the second one for the week. And we out.